Alright, welcome back to another video. This is just a little update on our CNC project. This is the 5-axis. We're doing it for around $200–300. So from last video, I redesigned everything that is in black. The blue parts are the only ones that are the same. So this piece and this piece are the only two parts that have not been redesigned. So with this one, I just made a little change. So you have a little slot here so you can access the bolt inside there. And then I redid this because originally it had threads on here, but that did not work. So these are just press fit and they slide in from the bottom. But I want to change that so they slide in from the top so we're not having to fight gravity. Let's see here. Oh, I also made the holes on the back here, these holes back here that connect to the bearing. I made those larger because for some reason it wasn't vertical. It was like slightly slanted a little bit and that wasn't ideal. So I changed that. And then on this piece, I just pretty much beefed it up a little bit. I think that was pretty much it. You can see, this is the old piece. I had some issues. This wasn't big enough for a coupler, so I had to manually grind that out. And then I had to drill out the threads, which you can see, kind of an issue. And then on this piece, so this is our original. As you can see, once again, I had to manually drill that out. And then also had, where is it? This issue, didn't print it with supports properly and that failed. But this time I got it printed properly. And then, let's see here. This was our main issue. This was not thick enough for the press fit and just snapped. And same thing up here. So that led to these rods right here and right here. Those two rods were not aligned properly, so it didn't roll very well. So now it rolls very well. Not really having any issues. I also didn't necessarily redesign these, but I reprinted them because the way I had printed them, I printed them up and down, and where it press fits into the hole, it would snap just because of how I printed them. So I printed them laying down, and that fixed a lot of the issue. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Seems to be going pretty well. I need to redesign this piece because I made this hole exactly the size of my spindle, but it needs to be a little bit shorter so that way it clamps better. So I'm just going to take a little bit off of this edge right here and this edge here, obviously. Oh, and another big issue. I need to make this like housing, this, I don't know, what do you want to call this? This needs to be separate so that way I can access all the bolts. So if you look, put it on 3x zoom. If you look here, I can get to these two bolts. These two bolts right here. But then back here, there should be another 2 bolts, which I just cannot reach with a tool. And same thing on this area. So I think that's pretty much my main issues right now. I also need to work on getting this printed properly. As you can see, there's slight layer shifts, which I'm hoping won't be a huge issue, but you never know. Yeah, this all seems to be lining up pretty good. Don't really have any issues so far. I need to make the holes bigger on here, but I'm just gonna do that manually because I don't want to recut on the CNC. But this all lines up very well, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the update video. Pretty much just gonna be ready for electronics at this point and hopefully get some test cuts. I gotta get everything squared up on here, but other than that, I think it's coming along pretty good. It looks cool, at least. Also, you might see maybe you can hear there's some slight movement in here, and that's just due to the fact that I'm using lead screws. I did try and use anti-backlash nuts, which you can see right there, but there's definitely still some backlash. So my goal, or my plan, is just to account for that in my software, because I believe Linux CNC has a option to account for backlash. So this should take care of it, but we will see. I would like to, on my spindle here, I'd like to add an encoder on top so that way I can tell where it's at, and then also do tool changes in the future. But obviously I just want to get it running first before I do any fancy stuff. But that's pretty much where we're at. I'm sure I'll be redesigning it here soon. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. Well, comment down below if you have any suggestions or comments or questions, and I'll reach out to you. All right, bye.